Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is flopping so hard that it might break the franchise's 20-year dominance as the best-selling first-person shooter in the United States. Welcome to Inside Games Daily, the only game news show brave enough to welcome some competition for the crown.
That's right, developers actually having to try. We already got it, though. There's a couple of games giving Call of Duty a run for its money, and it's great to see.
Yeah, it is. Circana analyst Matt Piscatella shared some eyebrow-raising data points in a few posts on Blue Sky, revealing not only the impressive scope of Call of Duty's dominance, but also the magnitude of its fall from grace this year.
Yeah, this is cool stuff. Piscatella sources Circana's retail tracking service in revealing that Call of Duty has been the top-selling shooter in the United States for the last 20 years.
Man, that's crazy. The last shooter to outsell Call of Duty in the US was Gears of War in 2006, which is the weirdest thing. And the last first-person shooter to do it was Star Wars Battlefront 2 in 2005.
Really, what Activision has done is really impressive, and there's really no equal for it in video games. Annualizing a series like that and maintaining that market dominance. And it continues. As a franchise, Call of Duty has been the United States' best-selling game for 13 of the last 16 years. That's outside of all genres, just outsells everything else.
That is insane. The only games to outsell it were Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2013, Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2018, and then Hogwarts Legacy in 2023.
And yeah, Piscatella responsibly adds some qualifiers to this data, like every good analyst. For starters, the year isn't over yet. You know, there could be an explosion of sales. Also, Call of Duty naturally is now part of Game Pass, which will disrupt traditional sales numbers.
So, why has Black Ops 7 fallen off so hard, Lawrence? Why is it so bad?
Well, people in the know, but yeah, there's the quality issues with the game in general, the suspected overuse of AI in generating game assets, the weird low-effort campaign that uses multiplayer and Warzone assets. Could go on, but do we need to?
And we do, and we have in many episodes.
Yeah.
But also, this is the first time in a long time that Call of Duty has had meaningful competition. So we will dig right into this Battlefield right after this sponsorship from Bullstrap. Inside Games is sponsored by Bullstrap.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, sorry. Bullstrap. Did I say it right?
That's right.
Kasim, you are not normally on Inside Games, but you are here for this. So thank you very much. Can you tell us why Bullstrap is the greatest iPhone case you've ever used?
First of all, it's an honor. Second of all, second of all, there is a lot that goes into a quality iPhone case. You want it to fit right, you want it to be durable, and you don't want it to damage your phone if you drop it. So many of these cases, if you drop them, they don't provide any protection.
That's true, yeah, you're right.
A strong leather case that looks this good, that protects your investment, I don't know. You spend so much money on a phone, why not protect that piece of equipment with a high quality case? Look at this thing.
From Bullstrap.
And I gotta tell you, it feels better than it looks.
Let me touch it.
Have you washed your hands?
Let me touch it.
Okay, go ahead.
I
don't like how you're doing that.
It actually does feel really good.
Thanks, Bullstrap, for sending me a brand new iPhone case. I gotta tell you, best case I've ever had.
Wow.
You see that? What you're looking at right there? That's what we call an open bottom in the biz. It makes it so the sound comes out crystal clear. It has a nice clean edge. It's not getting gunked up by those other ones that have a gross little lip. You see that little bump around the camera?
Yeah.
That makes it so I can set it down on a table without the lenses getting scratched.
Oh, that's super smart.
It's smart and it's sexy.
Let's say you're a little rough and tumble with your phone. We need a case. Well, don't worry. They've got you covered for life. They've got a lifetime warranty and free replacements.
Bullstrap makes gear that actually lasts. Show that phone again. Show that case again, Kasim. Makes gear that actually lasts. Right now, you can grab yours for 15% off using the code IG15 on their website, IG15. All of the info is down below in the description. So make sure you use that code, get 15% off your Bullstrap case. And thank you again, Bullstrap, for sponsoring Inside Games.
Thank you very much for the support, Bullstrap. And like we were saying before the break here, this is the first time in years that Call of Duty has had meaningful competition in the shooter space, or really just in general.
Battlefield 6 seems to be eating Call of Duty's lunch, at least according to Steam numbers. The game debuted to almost 750,000 concurrent players on Steam only. Remember, that's not console. While Call of Duty only attracted around 100,000.
Some of the other metrics we can see on Steam are, about as bad. Battlefield 6 currently ranking in at number 7 on the top sellers chart, whereas Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is all the way down at number 16.
And it's on sale. I think actually Black Ops 7 is on sale, but there are other Call of Duties that are on sale. So who knows how those Call of Duties, those numbers are always skewed because sometimes they'll put them all together in one franchise on Steam and sometimes they separate them out. So it's really hard to keep track of actual sales of Call of Duty on Steam.
Yeah, that's the first of a few disclaimers we have to make about this data. It's pretty fuzzy. I mean, first of all, these are all just Steam numbers because Steam is kind enough to make a lot of their metrics publicly visible, so it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, and then of course Game Pass. Anyone playing through that service, either on PC or Xbox, will not register as a Steam player, and I don't think they have published any numbers for Game Pass yet.
No. They're keeping those pretty close to the vest. Then again, Electronic Arts also has EA Play Pro. They've got their own subscription, and that's through the EA app. So it's never going to be apples to apples, but somehow it's like more similar than it is not.
True. Sales of Battlefield 6 also skew toward PC. I would say that is true for most of Battlefield's franchise, with Alinea Analytics claiming that over half of Battlefield 6's sales were on Steam.
Yeah, so that could explain the surge in Steam numbers for Battlefield. So we don't really know, but certainly all the circumstantial data points to Battlefield doing a whole lot better than Black Ops 7 this year. And of course, given the disparity between platforms and subscription services, the only way we'll really know how good or bad Black Ops 7 is doing is if Activision tells us.
Oh, Lawrence. I don't know that they're going to.
Yeah, where's that celebratory tweet that we're all waiting for?
Typically, when a Call of Duty performs well, Activision is quick to broadcast just how well it's doing.
And for me, it's kind of a fun game to reverse engineer the spin, because usually they find like some metrics that are, best in class or best in franchise and trumpet those. Like last year, I mean, Black Ops 6 was a huge phenomenon. The Call of Duty account celebrated Black Ops 6's record-breaking performance in its opening weekend, boasting that the game had hit franchise records in total players, hours played, and total matches.
And I believe Black Ops 6 was on Game Pass at the time.
Oh yeah, it was the first one.
So we know that they would have talked about it had it happened this year. So far, the only post has been a message celebrating, quote, the great response to the quality and depth of gameplay in Black Ops 7.
Love that quality and depth. Yes, you can kick off walls now. So deep. That said, Call of Duty is an institution. I mean, it's had an almost generational run in the sales charts in the United States. Accordingly, Alinea Insight analyst Reese Elliott predicted that Battlefield 6, quote, certainly won't outsell Call of Duty back in August, predicting that brand loyalty and autopilot purchasing would win out against the competing shooter this year.
And I think I would have agreed with him back then. And now, not so sure. Whether Battlefield 6 actually topples Call of Duty or not, we're already enjoying the benefits of meaningful competition. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think this weekend is kind of an interesting contrast in how hungry Battlefield 6 is to get you as a player, maybe how complacent Call of Duty's become. To wit, Battlefield 6 is currently running a free trial until December 2nd. And that gives players access to 5 modes and 3 maps, so it's free to check out if you want to.
It's also really fun. Meanwhile, Call of Duty is running a double XP weekend and the Proving Grounds leaderboard event with leaderboards that will not load.
Yeah, so this is a pet peeve of mine, and it happened in Black Ops 6 as well. For some reason on Xbox console, the UI for Call of Duty is fucked. Like, text is overrunning boxes. It doesn't fit in any of the elements. It looks like a busted website. It looks like a junior CSS scripter just doesn't know how it works, and all the text is floating in weird spots. So you can see it in that screenshot, but also, yeah, the leaderboards are broken. And also Xbox, of all things. The Xbox console you'd think would be their lead platform now that they're owned by Microsoft, but no, it's just been kind of a shit show. And again, it's one of those things that doesn't make you feel like you're getting any kind of premium experience. When you load into multiplayer and all the text is scrolling off the screen and overlapping each other, and then you load into a match that's a map that came out 15 years ago. So I can certainly see why, at a 30,000 foot level or even on the ground, Black Ops 7 doesn't feel like a premium experience, especially compared to Battlefield 6, because that's been heavily invested in, a lot of time to bake in the oven, and they're really hitting the market hard and giving Call of Duty a run for its money. And I love to see it. Maybe it'll make Call of Duty better in a few years. Probably not next year, but we'll see.
Also, we should call out Arc Raiders too. A lot of people that would be playing Call of Duty or even Battlefield are playing Arc Raiders. There's a lot of players, and Arc Raiders has really been a phenomenon in the last few weeks, and it continues to just be really an amazing game that a lot of people are really enjoying. and it's sort of dominating the internet discourse, as it were. I see it all over Reddit, even more so than Battlefield, way over Call of Duty. So there is Arc Raiders as well. These are huge games to competition to Black Ops 7 that I don't think Black Ops 6 really had last year.
No, not really. Black Ops 6 kind of swept it. They properly tapped into nostalgia. I think it had been long enough since a Black Ops game had come out. The campaign was pretty ridiculous and fun and had actual effort invested into it. Meanwhile, yeah, Arc Raiders is kind of taken away with, what is it, the Globulators versus the Flandnax or whatever. I don't know. That drama is really fun to follow, even though it seems like I'm reading dispatches from an alien planet sometimes.
Also, interesting point about this Piscatella data is this, we say this every year. We make an episode that says Call of Duty is dying every single year. and it's one of those things because usually we make the episode because it's funny for us to learn. It's funny for us to look at and be like, everybody always says it's dying and then it never does. It always sells like top sales. This year could be the year that it is actually on the downswing. That is very scary, I think, for Activision and obviously Microsoft, who just acquired them for $70 billion. So this could be the year, and I don't mean that in like I'm not happy about it or anything. It's just it honestly is kind of scary because if they don't come back swinging next year, then this could be the beginning of the end for them.
It kind of could. I worry that post-acquisition layoffs actually did toss out all of the seasoned talent that knew how to turn these games around year over year. And if you have a new class of executives in there being like, fuck it, just cram it full of AI. Those idiot customers don't know the difference. You can't really reclaim that once you've lost it, I feel like. But then again, like you said, Bruce, there's been off years for Call of Duty before, and they've come roaring back. Black Ops 6 was a really good example. Franchise highs last year. I don't know that we're necessarily hitting franchise lows right now, but it does kind of feel like that. It's got that Black Ops 4 aroma about it, where everybody's just like instantly decides, no, this one's a pass. So yeah, next year is going to be really interesting. I wonder if Black Ops 7 will recover, but I also wonder if they're going to, next year was supposed to be Black Ops 8. They might have to ditch the branding and try a different path, but I don't know what that would be. Of course, it's going to be Ghosts 2. That's what we're all waiting for. I mean, I'm being facetious, but also partially not. I think mining millennial nostalgia is the way to do it. So if you rifle through your 2000s Call of Duties, I think a Ghosts 2 would bring around a lot of the late 30s, 40-year-olds that remember playing the first one, even though that one was the black sheep for a long time. Maybe they can get people back with that. Or Infinite Warfare 2, who knows? Go really black sheep with it, something that surprises people and makes them turn their heads, which is kind of what Black Ops 6 did.
Or they're already working on it, Lawrence, and they're working on Half-Life 4. You think about that? That could be Half-Life 4, because we already know Half-Life 3 is coming out. We already know that that's happening. So maybe they're working on Half-Life 4, a partnership between Valve and Activision, because Microsoft's going to buy Valve. It's a whole thing. All the acquisitions, mergers, they're all going to combine to make Half-Life 4.
And I can't wait. Finally, we can see who's stronger, Gordon Freeman or the T-1000, or Donatello, or Beavis, or Family Guy.
Nicki Minaj. Don't forget about Nicki Minaj. All right. And don't forget, every episode, if you watch Inside Games, we are on your side.
That's right. Free games. We already said it. Battlefield 6. It's got a free trial. Go check it out. See what a company that's hungry to earn your business can do.
That's right. It really is a fantastic video game. I played a lot of it. I'm very biased towards Battlefield, but I would have told you to stay away from 2042. I would have told you to stay away from that one. This one, 6, a masterclass in Battlefield and also first-person shooter.
Yeah, and it's very Battlefield 3 and 4 adjacent. So again, bringing back the golden oldies from the 2000s, and they did it extremely well. Speaking of golden oldies, it's time for some Inside Games chat, where we just kind of pop off about a game that took our hearts recently. For me, a game called Sectori just hit Steam. This is a twin-stick shooter made by the ex-Housemarque developer Kimmo Lahtinen. If you're unfamiliar with Housemarque, they did Returnal most recently, and they're working on Saros now. But before that, they did tons and tons of arcade retro throwback games. Nex Machina was the closest one they did, like a twin-stick campaign game. This is not quite as involved as that, but it's basically just Geometry Wars, but better, if you ever played that back in the day. It's got just the most pounding EDM soundtrack, crazy lights and sounds to overstimulate your burned out gamer brain. But really what does it for me is it actually has extremely tight mechanics. These are arcade mechanics to the nth degree. They reward quick thinking, precise execution, and then the difficulty just ramps up and up and up exponentially as you play. But it's got plenty of modes. It's got a campaign with randomized bosses. It's got different challenge modes that sort of change the mechanics around. There's different ships, different properties, different colors, plenty of stuff to unlock and do. $15. And if you've ever been into a twin stick shooter, this is one of the best that I've played, and I'm a huge fan of the genre. So please check it out. It'd be a great way to spend the weekend.
That sounds awesome. Just a really quick shout out, because I already talked about this game, but I'll talk about it again because I continue playing it and I can't stop. Super Fantasy Kingdom. Super Fantasy Kingdom is a new roguelite, kind of a combination between a tower defense and a city builder. And when you first fire it up, you're like, this is like an 8-bit game. It looks like garbage. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. And then 3 hours later, you cannot stop playing because you're like, okay, I'll just do one more run. I'll get a new hero. That new hero will then help me get to the next level. I'll be able to finally get to whatever it is, 314 days, or there are specific benchmarks that you hit. There's a global leaderboard in the game that you're now competing with everybody else to see how long you can last. I promise you, it's great, and it's also $15. So it's a great video game if you like roguelites. It'll take away your time. And it's not stressful. I like that it's not stressful. That's a nice game.
Yeah, the whole I got my stocking cap on. I've got my little candle in my Steam Deck, and I'm gonna settle down into bed and play a nice little relaxing game. I like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So thank you, Bruce, for the recommendations, and thank you, viewer, for watching Inside Games. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. Hopefully, we know it's the holidays here in the United States. Hopefully this video helped you avoid your problematic family for a little bit. We'd like to thank a few patrons that support us directly via our Patreon, and thus we are much more endeared to them than our inappropriate slur-slinging uncle. Matt Bogenberger, BB Prime, Wesley Mullins, Subliminal Opti, and Worst Donut. Thank you for never making us quietly wince into our plate of food as we bite our tongues and just try to get through the day.
And also consider subscribing to that Patreon that we have been going for years. It helps us make these episodes, so check it out. And also, if you're on YouTube, you can do something for free, which is do a hype on mobile. You can hype our videos, and maybe it'll recommend it a little more. Who knows? So thank you again. And then also, if you're subscribed to that Patreon, I think it's completely free, Lawrence. Even if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, you get a Lawrence Select meme, which is an amazing meme from who knows when. Could have a slur in it, by the way, that may be used at Thanksgiving dinner.
Could be, yeah. This is the polite way to enjoy it. Yeah, I have a meme folder that I've been chucking stuff into since the early 2000s when the internet was a very different place. So sometimes there's some real spice. There's a little Tabasco on those memes. But yeah, every episode has a free meme for you. Whenever we're sponsored, we have ad-free episodes too at certain tiers. But yeah, you can go there and find all of our content posted for free with a free meme every day. That's the Inside Games promise. So thanks again for watching, and have a happy holidays, everybody.